How's it hanging, YouTube? It's Peter here, your ginger Geordie Geek. Welcome back to the channel. Now, before we get into all the good stuff from this convention, please do us a favour and hit that like and subscribe button. It means a lot. Now, today I'm going to be talking to you about Thought Bubble Comic Art Convention up in Harrogate. Now, this is a convention I've been to on a number of occasions, and it is cracking. It's a great mix of independent artwork and creators kind of squashed together with some of your bigger names in the industry. This year we had some heavy hitters like Garth Ennis and Simon Bisley, all doing signings and commissions and all that kind of stuff. If you just want to go and have a look around the stores and buy some stuff, there's tons to fill your boots with. But if, like me, you're more interested in getting some commissions, getting some fresh artwork, or meeting some of your favourite creators, there's all that there for you as well. I cannot big up this convention enough. Like I said, I've been about 5 times now, and I thoroughly enjoy it every single time. It's also worth noting that a big pull for me is that this has become our UK geek mecca. This is where a lot of us gather to just catch up, have a few drinks and share some good times. It really is one of my favourite points of the year, where I get to meet up with people who I would have never have met outside of YouTube. It's great fun. But in this video, what am I gonna do? Well, I'm gonna show you off some of the stuff I've bought. So some of the books I've bought, and to be fair, not bought a lot this year, but we're gonna go through all that in a second. I'm then gonna chuck up some slides and I'm gonna show you all of the commissions I got. I'm gonna try and let you know how much I paid for them, but my old memory, I cannot remember most, but I'll give it a go. The commissions are something I particularly enjoy doing. It's a kind of an area of the collection I've really developed since going to Thought Bubble. And on this occasion, I went freaking nuts. I got 21 individual pieces, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But for now, let's crack on and have a look at what I bought. First off, let's start with this. This is a beautiful book of artwork from a brilliant artist called John Pearson. Now, John did a superb series called In Bloom last year, and he also did a brilliant little series called The Infernals. His artwork is spectacular, so I was keen to pick this up because it's his art book. But the main reason I got it, to be quite frank, is because within this book, there is an image of a commission John did for me last year. So some of you that have watched the channel for a while might recognise that Dracula that John did for us a year or so ago. And I've got him to sign on that page. It's absolutely stonking. I love it. John also signed the front and absolutely free of charge, for shits and giggles, did as a little sketch of one of the characters from the Infernals. This book has got some absolutely cracking artwork in it. John's work is just brilliant. He does some poster work as well. You can see there The Thing. He did American Werewolf in London. He's done all kinds of stuff. The guy is just stunning. Next, I picked up 2 of these from my pal Rich over at Bear Maximum. Link in the description. Go check that out. Haven't seen these before. Cowabunga Kaiju. Blind bag. You know I'm into me blind bags at the moment. These are 2 blind bags from the Turtles and Godzilla crossover. I'll open these at a later date. But yeah, really cool. Not seen these in the UK. Please go check out Rich over at Bear Maximum. He does some great stuff. Next, we've got a piece of artwork from Keith Chan Art. Now, I picked up a sketch cover from this guy. Got him to do as a commissioned cover. And that tends to be how I go for commissions. I like a cover for some reason, because I haven't got wall space. But when I was buying it, he had a piece of A4 artwork that I just had to have. This is just beautiful. It's a kind of a watercolour, I guess you'd say, by Keith of Invincible, one of my favourite characters. This is just stunning. I'm going to have to find a nice frame somewhere to stick this. It's an absolute beauty. You can see the detail in the artwork there of a battle-damaged Mark from Invincible. Is just perfection. I love it. Absolutely love it. This is amazing. But, oh my God, it pales in comparison to the commission he did us, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. Now, one of the things I'm not very good at, and I'm interested in the comments, guys, if you're good at this, is saying no to people. If I make eye contact with a stall and they start chatting to us and they seem nice, I seem to end up buying stuff. Sometimes stuff that I perhaps wouldn't have picked up normally. And that's the case here. Although, to be fair, I will read it. Lovely chap started chatting with us about his work on the Flash Gordon Quarterly series, a book I haven't read. And before I knew what was happening, I'd bought the first issue and he signed it for us. This chap is one of the writers of this book. So I picked up first issue, and then I also picked up the trade paperback, Flash Gordon Quarterly. Now, like I say, I would have normally picked this up, but he is a thoroughly nice bloke. So I thought, yeah, what the hell, I'll buy it. Next, we've got some signed books stood in line for a little while. Most of the signatures in Thought Bubble are absolutely free, which is always a big, big bonus. One of my favourite creators was there, Garth Ennis, and I, of course, got him to sign me a copy of Boys #1. Beautiful blue signature at the top there. Really, really cool. Now, I bothed up a bit, guys. I got some paint pens for this signing event. I'm not sure I like them. They took ages to dry, and then when I've gone back and noticed, some of them kind of, there's like dots where the paint's missing. What do you guys use for signing events? Do you use paint pens? Do you use Sharpies? Again, let us know in the comments, please. But anyway, this is The Boys, issue #1, signed by Garth. I got one of my favourite Thor series, Thor Vikings. I had the full 5 issues of this, but I thought I was taking the mick, so I just went for issue #1. So we got Thor issue #1 by Garth, signed. Brilliant little mini-series, that one. And then, dirty, I got The Pro issue #1 signed by Garth. And he signed this to me, to Peter. I think that says cheers. Can't I quite work out what that says? Do you think that says cheers? I don't even know. Anyway, The Pro is an interesting book. If you've not read it and you're an adult, I recommend you checking it out. It's about a prostitute that gets superhuman powers. Yeah, it's fun. Next, good old Al Ewing was there. I had to get this lovely, sexy foil Thor, Mortal Thor issue 1, signed by Al. Really, really nice cover, this, by Gleason. Great little series. I'm enjoying this one. So yeah, got that. So when we were there, we met up with a good pal of mine, Terry, from the great channel Dead Man Comic Covers, and he very kindly gave us a Dead Man mug, which was a real nice surprise. So that's another lovely little addition to the Thought Bubble haul. A stunning little mug with Terry's mug on his mug. How many times can I say mug? I got a couple of books signed by Jacob Phillips, including this. This is, I think, book of the year. Everything Dead and Dying. Stunning little story about a kind of a zombie apocalypse. But yeah, Jacob was there. I've got some commissions of him. I'm going to show them off in a second. But he did this little signature for us. Lovely chap. Really, really nice bloke to chat to. So got that one signed by him. And then I also got, they were doing they had issue 3 before it was due to be released. So picked this one up as well. Again, lovely book. Look at that image. Stunning. If you're not reading this book, get on it. It's mint. I was waiting in line to get some books signed. I was approached by a chap called Geordie from Geordie Draws. Now, Geordie is an amazing bloke who did my YouTube logo, my Thor image, absolutely off his own back. He didn't charge us anything for it. He just did it because he's a nice bloke. So I was over the moon about that. That was a couple of years back now. And he approached us because he's recently done another image of us. And he brought with him, in the hopes of bumping into us, a printout of that image. Look at that. Look at that. That is me as the Incredible Hulk. TripleG Comics, the strangest Geordie of all time. Absolutely love this. Blown away by the fact that this guy just went out of his way to first of all make my logo, then do this for us, then fetches it at the convention. It just really nice. Touched my heart. Thank you, pal. Thank you. Really, really do appreciate it. I love it. Finally, and the surprise of the con for me, really, and I'm sure I'll get shot down in the comments with people saying, oh, he's lovely and you're just a miserable old git, was Simon Bisley. Now, Simon is yes, he's a big name in the comic book community. He's done some incredible work, and he's a bit of a rock star. He was sat there with his shades on and stuff like that. Only person I encountered that was charging up front £5 a signature. No free signatures from the biz. And to be quite frank, not a very talkative chap. Not particularly gushing or pleasant when he was interacting with you. Just kind of grabbed your books and signed them. Here we go. We've got Aliens Platinum Edition, Aliens Platinum #1, signed by Simon. Love that cover artwork. No denying the guy is super talented. That's a bit of a beaut. I got Bisley's scrapbook. Rather nice. Look at that Look at that Posterioso. So yeah, another nice one. Remember, £5 a signature for these. I actually gave him £20 expecting some change, and he just moved on to the next person. Yeah, and me being such a pleasant English chap, I just walked on. So 20 quid for 3 signatures. We've got one of my favourite books, Batman Judgment on Gotham, again signed by Simon. This is a cracking book. Well worth a read, guys. So there you have it. That's all the signatures I got. Very light on signatures compared to previous years. And that's all the books I bought or picked up. Again, light on previous years. But that's because I spent a freaking fortune on 21 commissions. Now, let's have a little look-see at those commissions. Okay, so we're going to start off with this. This is Keith Chan. This is the chap who did that Invincible image I showed you a little while before. Keith had a whole host of different art prints and stuff you could buy, but I really wanted to just let him loose. So I gave him a blank He-Man Thundercats cover and just told him to do whatever he fancied doing. When I came back, he'd done this just freaking amazing Evil Lyn from the Masters of the Universe. You can see Keith's style is really interesting. It's like a watercolour kind of wash style. I love it. Absolutely love it. I think this is spectacular. I paid around about 50 quid for this, I think. And I just think it's beautiful. Now, we've got one of my favourite artists. This is Dave Watcher. He's a chap from, I think he's in Canada, who does a book called Uncanny Valley. Last year, if you've watched my video, you'll remember I kind of stumbled across Dave and got him to do as a turtle and a green goblin. And I was blown away by this guy's work. So I contacted him before the con and asked him if he would do me a bit of a mashup piece from some of my favourite characters. Now, I can't really remember how much I paid, but I think it was roughly £200 per comic, which I think for 3 characters is stunning. So let's have a look. See, I asked Dave to do 2 covers with some of my favourite comic book stroke cartoon toy lines. Look at that, man. These are interconnecting. They are absolutely phenomenal. So as you can see, on the bad guy cover, we've got Mum-Ra the Ever Living. We've got Skeletor, and we have got, of course, Megatron. On the other side, we've got Lion-O, Lord of the Thundercats, He-Man, and Optimus Prime. I think these are spectacular. And again, for the price, I think this is well worth the work. I think this guy has knocked it out of the park. The detail on these is simply phenomenal. Dave is one of those guys that every time he's going to Thought Bubble, I will most definitely pick up a commission from him, because you know you're going to get quality from him. Next, we've got my good pal Kev. Kev is a tremendous artist. And again, all of the links for these guys are in the descriptions below. Kev does a lot of work on Kickstarter, and you can always check out his work over there. And he's doing a lot of great self-published books. So please check him out. But he does a lot of commissions as well. Kev was at the con, so I had to get a commission from him. Again, gave him a Shivering Stories of Suspense book. Said, do whatever you want. And he's done as this phenomenal Chucky/Wolverine homage. This was stupidly cheap. I can't remember the exact price, but we're talking less than 30 quid, I think, for this. It was absolutely spot on. So Kev, massive thank you. Please do check out Kev's work. He is stunning. Next, we've got Jacob Phillips. Jacob, as I mentioned earlier, is doing one of my favourite books, Everything Dead and Dying. His artwork is stunning. Jacob's was on Instagram, and he said that he was doing these pre-con sketches for around about 50 quid each. I think there was something like that. So I picked up 2. I pre-ordered 2. Absolutely loved them when I went to see them. The work on them is amazing, but I loved them both so much that I had to buy another one, because I'd really gone with the intention of buying one for a pal of mine. So this is the 3rd one I actually commissioned from him, with a lovely image of the dead daughter. But this is going to a friend of mine, so I absolutely love that one. But I picked up 2 for myself, which is again the daughter and the main character, the father figure. Next, we've got probably one of my favourite artists, the brilliant Casey Parsons. Casey is a lovely Canadian chap who I met a couple of years ago, really on the back of this cover he did for Ha Ha, the Great Prezzo. I just loved the image of a crying, defeated Trump. Didn't quite work out that though, did it? But anyway, I loved this image, got talking to Casey, and he did me a Thor cover. Again, you can see that on my previous Thought Bubble videos. It was beautiful. So when I knew Casey was coming, I knew I had to hit him up for 2 more sketches. Gave him a absolute Batman book, asked him to do us a Batman 89. Then I gave him a Dracula book and said, do us any kind of vampire you want. Look at these. These are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Again, just beautiful artwork. Around about £100 each. Although I have to say, and a huge thank you to Casey, I'm sure it was £100 for a black and white. And he's gone to town on the Dracula and done far more work than he should have for the £100 I paid. So massive thank you to Casey for that. I'm absolutely loving the Batman. Sometimes when you go for these commissions, you're a little bit, well, I'm a little bit concerned that you're going to get the real true likeness if it's a real person you're asking for. I think with that one, you can absolutely see straight away that that is Keaton. He's got the Keaton lips, the eye, everything. I think it is perfection. I love it. And then the vampire one, shit the bed, man. Look at that. The blood splatter on the fangs, the detail on it is just absolutely phenomenal. Next, we've got the delightful Gustavo Vargas. Gustavo was a chap I met on my first visit to Thought Bubble, where I picked up one of his little art books, which was just chock full of great images of Thundercats, He-Man, stuff that I remember from being a kid. Since then, every year I've asked for a commission from him. I've had some great ones. I've had a Slithe and some others. On this occasion, I wanted to do a little bit different. So I got 2 commissions for him. And he again was knocking them out of the park. So this time I went for a Marmot on Stray Dogs #1, and then we got Snarf on Feral #1. So, you know, a dog and a cat on a dog book and a cat book. The Snarf one I just think is just amazing. They're both amazing, but the Snarf one for some reason just absolutely appeals to us. Yeah, I just love it. I absolutely love it. Next, we've got another artist that I met last year, a lady who's based in Italy, Sylvia Calastano. She does incredible work. She's well known really for her Elvira covers, but Sylvia is just an absolute gem. Last year, she did me a beautiful horror cover. You'll remember it, a double pager with a guy eating popcorn out of a severed head. Slurping out of a severed head. Just beautiful. Discovered that Sylvia had done a Star Wars book a little while ago, so asked her to do me a remark of Spock. So that beautiful remark of Spock was 20 quid. Also asked her to do us 2 commissions. And again, because of how good her work is and how confident I am in her, I asked her to do us 2 double-sided. I think, I'm going off memory, I think these were around about £150 each or something like that. Again, very, very cheap. Very cheap. But just, again, knocked it out of the park. Gave her 2 horror books. Sorry, she supplied 2 horror books. And I just said, do what you want. Do what you want. So look at this. Look at this. The detail is just incredible. This is Epitaphs from the Abyss. Epitaphs from the Abyss. This is the grave digger. And as you can see, on this image, he's been nicking someone's gold tooth from a corpse, and the ghost of the corpse is coming out after him. I mean, yeah, Sylvia's artwork is just incredible. The detail she puts into these pieces is mind-blowing. I love it. I love everything about it, and she is just a delight to talk to. She's a lovely, lovely person. So I love getting work from her. This just blows us away every time. Look at it. And then next, look at the Mummy Man. Look at the colour work on that. Yeah, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Sylvia does just phenomenal work. Next, we've got a lovely artist who was there with Bear Maximum. Again, my good pal Rich. So go check that out. I'm going to butcher her name. I think she was Italian, but I'm going to try and say her name, but I do apologise. Iliara Chiacoa. Sorry, I do apologise. Anyway, I gave her a blank Spider-Man cover. I had to do her as a favourite character, and she did this stunning Mysterio. Really beautiful colour work. He's a bit buff, isn't he? He's been working out, has this chap. What you can't probably see on this image is the dome. The dome of his helmet. The dome of his helmet, get a grip, Peter, has got some kind of like sparkly paintwork on it. So when you look at the actual comic, which I've got here in front of us, it's got kind of like a sheen to it. There's like a spiry, can't speak, a sparkliness to it, which is beautiful. So yeah, really like that one. That is a very cool cover. Then we've got a lovely Godzilla by Chris Askam. This is just a stunner. This was £20. £20 for this. So absolutely beautiful. The guy was doing incredible artwork all weekend long, knocking out the commissions left, right and centre, and most that I saw were absolutely phenomenal. So again, a guy who does a fair few UK cons, I'd recommend checking him out. You cannot go wrong for £20, and the detail on this Godzilla, just mind-blowing. I love it. Next, one of my favourite people to talk to at conventions is Ian Richardson, a lovely guy who I first met a couple of years ago at one of these cons and has come on to one of my live shows in the past. Ian's just a stunning chap. Came to the bar and had a few drinks with me as well. Just a lovely man. Ian's currently working on a number of commissions for me, so I've got a few more to pick up from him in the future, but all of them are monster based, all of them on this green Mark Spears Monsters cover. And on this occasion, he fetched us the werewolf. Look at the detail on that, man. Just absolutely stunning. Ian's work is phenomenal. And as I keep saying to the guy, he criminally underprices himself. For this beautiful piece, it was £50. £50 for this, man. Look at it. The artwork, the detail is phenomenal. Absolutely recommend you hit Ian up for a commission. Now, the chap has retired, but I'm sure if you ask him nicely and say I sent you, he might do you a little commission. Okay, now this guy, gee gods. So there's a chap called Roger Landridge who did some Muppet books back in the day. He's done a load of stuff. His Instagram is Hotel Fred. Again, all the links are in the description. Met this chap last year, I believe, and he did me a Muppet Thor, which I just loved. Got in touch with him, said, look, I want you to do as a mashup of a couple of characters. I want an Avengers book and I want a Justice League book. But again, do whatever you want. That tends to be what I say with commissions. Do whatever you want, and he did these. Now, Roger's work, you would be mistaken to think that that's just a printed comic cover. It's not. It's all hand-drawn, hand-coloured there in front of you, really. Beautiful imagery. He does a single character for around about 30 quid. He does free sketches for children. These pieces, because there was more characters on them, cost us around about £50 per cover. £50 per cover. Mental. He's a lovely man to talk to as well, so please do check him out. I got these two from him, and I got a third book, which is a gift for a friend of mine, which again, I think he just knocked out the park. This is a beautiful beaker as Mr. Freeze, which again, just brilliant. Just so inventive and just so much fun. So yeah, love that one. Sad to see it go, to be honest. I might have to think about that. Then we've got a piece of art by a lovely chap called Dave Stokes. Again, all the Instagram links are in the description of this video. Gave him a choice of books. He went for Fantastic Four. He said he would do it as a thing. This one cost us, I think, £50. The detail work on it is stunning. His face in particular, I think, is absolutely incredible. Just another amazing piece. I'm very lucky that I have to say on this occasion, and some of you have seen my previous videos about commissions where I've not been exactly blown away by some of them. On this occasion, every single commission that I got, I absolutely love, including the ones I'm giving away. So I've been very lucky on this occasion to get absolutely stonkers from everybody involved. So yeah, Dave's work, stunning, love that thing. If he's there next year, I'm going to get another Fantastic Four blank. And I think each year I'll get him to do a member of the Fantastic Four for us to complete the set. Okay, so that is my haul from Thought Bubble. A few signatures, a few pickups, and then 21 commissioned pieces. Some absolute stonkers. I cannot work out which is my favourite, I have to say. They're all brilliant and they're all bringing something different to the party. I love every single one of them. But let us know in the comments which is your favourite. Which of those commissioned pieces jumps out at you the most and you think was value for money? Which would you want to pick up if you were there? Okay, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please do check out all of the artists that I've got linked in this video description or on Instagram, and perhaps go their way for a commission. Let them know I sent you, please. And also, if you're in the area, I strongly recommend you check out Thought Bubble this time next year. It's a convention that is well worth going to. It's a cracker. For now, though, that's your whack. Please do hit that like and subscribe on your way out. It would be much appreciated. And I'll catch you next time. Take care.